Okay, this is a review of the Green Chili Adventure Gear Mondo straps, and I'm starting from left to right in the order of the kinds of straps I've used over the past. And like everybody, I started out, well, maybe not everybody, but most people, I started out with bungee cords. And at the time I was doing street riding, and they worked for that as long as you got it tight enough and the weight centered pretty well. But for off-road use, these are absolutely useless. They're just way too stretchy. You just have to pull them so tight to keep them from having any slack in your pack, whatever it is you're carrying. So that I didn't even consider that when I got my Husky and wanted to start carrying a trail pack on the rear rack for my emergency supplies. So then I picked this up at Walmart. It's Outdoor Products. It's I guess 1-inch webbing. Let's see, I know this one is, yeah. So they're the same as the Green Chili gear. And it's got a cam buckle. It's okay. It did all right. These teeth on here are different than the cam buckle on the Green Chili Adventure gear. I'll just jump ahead just to show you now. The surface here is flat on both sides, whereas the cam buckle on the Green Chili Adventure gear cam is round. Both sides are round. I'm not an engineer, so I can't explain exactly how that's beneficial, but it allows a much tighter bite. There's no give on this cam buckle. There was a little tiny bit on this one. I'll go ahead and see if I can get it to demonstrate. So there it is in there. Well, it's holding pretty good. I don't remember what made me think that this gave a little bit after a while, but these are far superior cam buckles than the ones I got from Outdoor Products. They're much heavier duty. I mean, just the weight is better. You can see the double spring versus one spring, and like I said, the teeth just bite on that webbing. So anyway, this is I don't really have a major complaint. These are just lightweight. Then I went to these rock straps. These have, I don't know, I guess that would be a 3/4 inch webbing or a 1/2 inch webbing, maybe 5/8. It looks like it's just above half of this one. The rock straps are very popular among touring motorcyclists. They do have the elastic tensioner. These did okay for my purposes with my little tail pack, which was only a 10-pound pack on a very small rack. And it has little tiny slots through which to loop these girth hitches through. So I was able to pass that through and pass it through itself very easily. And they were okay. It just seemed like with all the bouncing around and up and down, bouncing around off-road, that I didn't know how well these would hold up, especially with this plastic buckle. That's probably the weak point of it. I never had one fail, but I wanted something stronger. When I heard that Green Chili Adventure Gear had come out with their version of a rock strap, they're not calling it that, they're calling it the Mondo UL, which means ultra light. It's got a 1-inch webbing. It's a lighter weight webbing than the original Mondo webbing. I don't know if you can see that, but the original one is about twice as thick. I'm sure there's like ways to measure, the heavier gauge webbing or something. I don't know what the technical terminology is or the numbers on that, but this is definitely a lighter weight material. It's got the plastic connection, just like the rock straps. Quick release, I think they call it. Quick release buckle. It's got the elastic tensioner. This tensioner is several layers of elastic strap, you can barely see it there, folded over itself. And I mean, this is super thick here. The fact that Ben's machine can stitch through that is pretty amazing. And it's inside a hose of webbing, so that should the elastic ever fail, it's encased in this webbing that will not fail. Whereas this one, I don't know exactly how it's made. It looks like it's got some kind of fabric over the rubber. And I think that is just a solid chunk of rubber. You can see it right there. So maybe that works on a similar principle. Now these have the girth hitches as well. Also, you can buy separately these ring loops to create an additional hitch point, and you can mount this on any kind of part of the bike, on any frame. And normally they come with a different type of loop here. This is one that Ben made for me for the purpose of passing this buckle through. So the buckle will fit through that. The regular ones they sell is basically just to allow the leading strap to pass through, not this buckle. So if you are interested in this, to be able to pass this buckle through, you'll have to specify that. Special request, I guess. And that brings me to the final one, the most awesome one, which is the original Mondo. It's got the same elastic tensioner, the same girth hitch, heavy duty cam buckle, and then the leading strap. Now they call this the quick release buckle, but this is really just as quick. I mean, I don't know how you can get any quicker than that. To release it, you just pass it through. So this is what Ben recommends. That's what he uses. This one was came into being by requests from customers who are used to using the rock straps. So this really wasn't in the plans to offer, but it was just to satisfy requests of customers. So I try to use this one as much as possible off-road. If I'm riding on-road, I don't have a problem using this one. The weak point of this one is this plastic buckle will break. Let me show you what I mean. If I can. That's the wrong side. It's this side. Okay, the side that's stitched over, that's looped, you can't pass it through like this side. Okay. How do you get it on? Well, there's a slot in the center like that. And you can see, obviously, that's the breaking point. And I did break one. I was tugging on the strap, strapping some firewood onto my KLR, and one of these tabs broke off. So for that purpose, my recommendation is not to go too tight on solid objects, like a stack of firewood or a bundle of firewood. Something that gives, you know, your little soft bag, it's going to split up that tension more and not just put it all on this buckle as you're pulling down. So for firewood, use something like that. Anyway, you can order additional pieces of these buckles to carry on the trail with you, so that if ever one should fail, you can easily replace it no matter which side breaks off on the trail. So that's the Mondo UL and the regular original Mondo from Green Chili Adventure Gear.